Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to be doing a series of Pride Flag inspired eye looks. Last video, of course, I did the By Pride flag. Today I'm going to do the rainbow flag. Now I've been playing with this palette all week just to get a feel for it without recording, of course, but I think I've got pretty much what I want to do for the By Pride flag worked out, and this is for anyone who falls under the umbrella of LGBTQ, so I hope you enjoy. You will notice I've done my foundation, and I've kind of done a little bit with my brows, not a whole lot. They don't need a whole lot, but that's all I've done so far is just my foundation, powder, concealer, and my brows, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into the Pride palette. Like I said, I've been playing with it all week. You can kind of tell I've been playing with it all week. There's definitely some use showing in some of these colors. Now, what I have discovered is the sponge tip applicators that most people tend to avoid because they're not really great eyeshadow applicators are the best ones that I have found for the particular look that I'm going for with the rainbow flag. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and dip right into Bowie as the first color. Get my mirror over here. And for Bowie, we're just going to go on the outer corner and kind of lift that up towards the brow bone. And this is definitely a very bold look. Of course, it's supposed to be a very bold look. I'm going to repeat that over on the other outer corner up towards the brow bone again. And you will notice there is color on these, on the sponge tip applicators. These are the ones that I used when I ran this look. And they gave me the absolute best application for what I'm trying to go for. Okay. And I'm trying to make sure that you don't get any mirror glare on the camera here, so I apologize if you do. And that's one thing about this Proud palette from Jolie Beauty is a little bit of the color goes a very long way. It is highly, highly pigmented. Most of the shades I've noticed do not have a lot in the way of fallout, which is fantastic. Next, we're going to go right beside Bowie into this orange, which is Gawk, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Okay, and just like Bowie, we're going to go right beside that, moving from the outer corner to the inner corner, and from the lash line all the way up to the brow. And overlap of the colors is just fine. I mean, the colors tend to blend from one to the next anyway, so overlap is absolutely okay. As long as you don't get so much overlap that you lose one into the one beside it. That's the only thing. And like I said, you want to bring that all the way up. There we go. And again, my allergies are deciding to play tricks on my eyeballs, so I apologize for that. Okay, next we are going to go into Calf, which is in the same row, next column, right here. It is the brightest orange, or not orange, but yellow, my mistake. And we're going to bring that, again, right beside the orange that we used, all the way up, from lash to brow. Okay, and repeat that on the other lid. the way up from lash to brow. And yes, I've got a couple of flies buzzing around in this house apparently. We had an electrician come by today because we've been having an issue with one of our breakers, and they said there was a lot of loose wires and they tightened everything up, so hopefully they've got that fixed and won't be running in and out of the house anymore. Okay, next we're going to go into Julia, which is this turquoisey color in the green column. I just feel like it reads better on my lids. Now, if you find that Miley or Caitlin reads better on your lids, by all means, feel free to use that one instead. It's just, I go with what works best on my lids. And again, just bring that straight up from the lash to the brow. And you'll notice it's giving a very watercolor effect almost, with the way that the colors blend together and go up. And with not reapplying shadow, it almost fades a bit on its own as it goes up away from where you start. Okay. So next we go into Ellen, which is right here. And again, just the same process from the lash line up to the brow bone. Okay. You'll have to excuse me for just a second. I've got to get a tissue and wipe my under eye because my eye is watering like crazy, and I will be right back. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Where was I? Lights. Just a little bit more of Ellen on this side. There we go. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go into, for the palette that is go into Graham here. And again, repeat the process of lash to brow bone. And like I said, you want the colors to overlap just a little bit so that there's no gaps to fill in. And you want to bring it up and almost fade out as it goes up. And don't be afraid to play with the colors. I mean, find the ones that work best on your skin and that read best from your skin. Okay, so that's got all of that done. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of Paul with my finger and dab that into my inner corners as my inner corner highlight. Because I like the effect that that gives. And I'm going to take just one of my, I can find one. And my fluffier blending brushes kind of clean that off just a little bit. So one of my fluffier blending brushes, and just go in between the colors and blend them up towards the brow bone, just to kind of help make sure that they all mix together beautifully. You don't want to overblend though, because if you overblend, you end up losing the rainbow effect, which would defeat the whole purpose of the look, really. But you want to make sure that there's no gaps. in between each shade, and you want to make sure that they get just a little bit lighter, more muted as you get to the brow bone, so that, like I said, it encourages that watercolor effect. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that so far. And you can kind of see how it's looking at this point. Okay. So next, I'm going to go with one of my liner brushes. And again, kind of clean that off just a little bit. My brushes are always dirty. I can wash them and then I use them and they're just as dirty as they were the day before. Because I definitely have been doing my makeup most days. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the Proud palette, and I'm going to go into Ruby here and use that as my under eye liner because I just really, really love that color. And just kind of smudge that along the lower lash line. And you can make that line as thick or as thin as you want it. Of course, that's all based on personal preference for how you want your lower lash line to look. Okay, so now comes the really fun part. I'm going to get out, if I can find it, there it is. I have my Tartist dual-ended, one is a pencil, one is a liquid liner. And I'm going to go with the liquid end. Okay. And just right along the edge of the line created by Bowie. Bring that out into just a little bit of a wing and then all the way across the lash line. And then directly out from the corner into a straight line. Bring that out just for a little bit of a graphic liner. You don't want your wing to be real thick. And there you go. It's that easy. Easy, easy. And then I will go in with the pencil end of that and do my waterline. There is that. And then I will be going in with my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I don't do false lashes. I never could get the hang of them. They never turn out right. The glue is just always so finicky. So I don't do false lashes. If you do false lashes, this look is a great place to use them. Just gonna sweep on a little bit of mascara just to make my lashes stand out a little bit more. And I'm only doing mascara on my upper lashes today, in large part because of my allergies being the way they are. My eyes are constantly runny and goopy. And like I said, it is just allergies. I live in farm country, and there is dust and pollen and just all kinds of yucky stuff that makes my eyes get all watery and goopy. My nose wants to run constantly. So it really is just allergies, though. I'm not the least bit worried about it being anything but allergies. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with my foundation, or not my foundation, but my blush and concealer and all of that. Or not concealer, but blush, contour, and highlight and all of that. And I will be back to pick out a lip color. Okay, so I've got all of that done now, and it's time to pick out a lip color from all of this. So I've been going with a nude lip quite a bit here lately, but I really think I'd like to go with something a little bit more bold this time. So I think I'm going to go with my Loretzi liquid lip in the shade Swoon. Get that to where you might be able to see it. Well, it's not going to focus apparently, but this is the lip shade Swoon from Loretzi Cosmetics. And it's got just a little bit of a shimmer. It's a very burgundy red. Start out just by kind of going around the edge and then working my way towards the center, just to make sure I get at least a semi-clean line. And I do press my lips together to transfer before it has a chance to start drying down. And then I don't have much in the way of a natural Cupid's bow, so I have to create one when I do my makeup. So, also, pressing my lips together when I first apply to the bottom lip ensures I have a starting point for where I want to create my Cupid's bow. And there we go. And this is the final look. Feel free to leave any thoughts or comments you have down below, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all in a few days to do yet another video in my Pride collection. And I hope you're enjoying this. Like I said, feel free to leave any feedback you have down below, and I will see y'all later. Bye!